L.H. Wilson, a realtor, recalls points made by the California Real Estate Association in support of the proposition.
Situation. The first one was we wanted to ensure the right of privacy. And the second was the right to choose your own friends. The fourth was the right to occupy and dispose of property without governmental interference in accordance with the dictates of your own conscience. And number 5 was the right of all equally to enjoy property without interference by laws giving any special privilege to any group or groups. And one more that I think is worthy of mention: to accept and reject, negotiate or not negotiate with others.
Opponents of this viewpoint considered it an attempt to prevent minority groups from escaping the ghetto. W. Byron Rumford, then a state senator, was one such opponent.
Negroes, by and large, and minorities, by and large, were relegated to certain specific areas within the city core. And this, of course, is called the ghetto. And all types of illicit affairs taking place in the ghetto area.
The Rumford Act of 1963 attempted to alleviate such conditions. It called upon the California Fair Employment Practices Commission to enforce the state's fair housing laws.
Now, this commission was set up in 1959 to prevent discrimination in hiring. Inasmuch as it had been a very efficient commission, it was felt by the legislators that they were prepared to handle complaints in the field of housing discrimination.
This complaint was filed on June 29, 1967. The complainant, a Negro, alleges responding to an advertisement in the Los Angeles Times regarding an apartment for $90 per month in the above court. The complainant and his wife, upon arriving at the apartments, report that Miss Norwood looked at them and stated, "I don't rent to niggers," and declined to show them the apartment. The complainant feels that he was discriminated against because of his race. On June 30, 1967, I met with Miss Noreen Norwood, who stated she is the owner and manager of the Miramar Bungalows. Miss Norwood took me to see 2 apartments, one of which had been recently rented, to point out the quality of the furniture and ask, quote, "You wouldn't rent this to a Negro, would you?" I suggested to Miss Norwood that the apartment not be rented pending a settlement of the matter with Commissioner Estrada.
The commission, supporters of Proposition 14 charged, denied property owners their right to due process of law.
The FEPC acts as investigator, prosecutor, jury, and judge.